Hey, we're here with Steve Razzo. Steve, how you doing today?
Doing well. How you doing, Russ?
I'm doing awesome. Steve, so thank you so much for coming on here and sharing with the audience what brought you to Recruiting Me, what your background is, and since joining Recruiting Me a few months ago, how it's helped you and helped you build your recruiting business.
Yeah, sure. No, I appreciate the opportunity, and I don't give testimonials lightly. So for me, my background was almost 18 years in HR leadership roles, learning and development, and then leading HR departments for good sized companies, from Ford Motor Company to Marathon Petroleum to BP. And my most recent role was a chief operating officer for a small to mid-size insurance brokerage of B2B. We provided benefits for other companies out there. And it was fun. I've had a really fun career in the corporate America gig. But I've always had this kind of itch to pursue entrepreneurship. And I thought, what am I good at? Not a lot, right? But then I thought, okay, HR and recruiting. And I thought I've worked with really good recruiters over the years who I've been blessed to have placed me in roles, also hired really good recruiters. I've also had some not great experiences and whatnot. And I thought, okay, so I've been able to see both sides of the spectrum. And that's what got me interested in
If I,
to
if I
pursue that.
remember, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. If
Oh,
I
no, that's what got me interested. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, and if I recall, like you were in a hiring manager position, like you alluded to, where you were hiring recruiters to help you fill internal roles. So I'm sure like you probably saw how they were operating, the kind of revenue they were making, and thinking to yourself, you know what, I've got an HR background, I could probably do this too. Is that was what led you there?
Well, 100%. And then modesty aside, I've been blessed as I've moved up the ladder, like you would want anyone to be blessed with, as you get to higher level roles and then recruiting higher roles. And when you see the percentages that the recruiters are able to commandeer from placing the right candidates, very lucrative. And I always found it worth it because it was when you get the right candidate for whatever role, you can work, your operation can work more efficiently and effectively, and you're not having talent struggles. So it's worth it, and companies are willing to pay it. I was willing to pay it. I was a chief operating officer and senior leader in HR. So I thought, shoot, I should get on that side of the fence, which is
Yeah,
why I'm here. Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's awesome. If for people who are watching this right now and they're contemplating or considering starting their own recruiting company out of their home, maybe they don't have any recruiting background, like what would you share with them? What have you learned so far in recruiting me? What's been most helpful for you, most valuable, and what would you tell them?
Yep. This is easy because the when I decided to do this, I've only been here a few months here. I thought to myself, I've led large organizations in HR and recruiting, and I thought, shoot, then I can do it. Now I had never done a ton of recruiting myself coming up. My HR career was different, but I thought it's not a whole lot to it. That was wrong. Then I started deep diving it and looking for a CRM to use, thinking I'll start there. And there's a slew of them out there, right? I talked to different companies and whatnot. As I got into it and doing research on it, I realized that, look, a CRM is just a tool. Okay. It's if you don't know how to swing a hammer, you don't know how to swing a hammer, right? You're not going to be able to put anything in. And I stumbled on Recruitemy. And the thing that Recruitemy has that I didn't find elsewhere in my research, I'm not saying it doesn't exist out there, but for me was this thing, Russ, and I think that you're creating is this community of practice. And it's a community of practice for other folks that also are using Recruitemy, the CRM, as their tool. But then there's really the largest amount of value I've found thus far is this community where there's weekly calls. You're bouncing ideas off of more experienced folks. You're helping other people, creating this culture of all boats rise together and learning. And it ended up being that was it. That was a no brainer because I thought, oh, it's going to be easy to start a recruiting company. Then I was humbled by the research I did. And then I felt relief when I found your organization, Recruitemy, because I'm like, okay, it's helped me. So I would say that's why I chose it. CRM is a CRM, right? You can find very good ones out there that are fine. But this whole facet that the CRM is very good. But in addition, is this whole community of practice to help each other and you're learning. on process optimization with LinkedIn, with how to market, how to reach out to hiring managers, which is a whole side that I just was unaware of. I was always being reached out to. So
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people who are watching this right now, maybe fearful of how am I going to get clients? How am I going to find candidates? I don't know how to do this. And, you know, a lot of us maybe don't have a strong sales background. That could be a scary thing to jump into, cold calling. I think what you've noticed is this is less cold calling and more branding and story selling with your brand and using LinkedIn the proper way with our LinkedIn co-op now that we have. And I wanted to go back to what you said about the weekly meetings. I know you were on our meeting last Wednesday, and I love having you there. But what a great call. Like it's gotten to the point where we're all collaborating, we're all bouncing ideas off each other. I'm looking forward to the call tomorrow that we're going to have. So yeah, it's a great point. We're like 81 members strong right now. And I'm seeing in the community side, I'm seeing people who are getting requisitions, posting it on the community board. People are raising their hand to help recruit on it. Really magical things are happening. It's pretty cool to see.
no, and that was, and to your point on that, okay, so you have the issue and the fear of, hey, am I going to be able to get clients, right? Am I going to get clients? Then also, I have a meeting tomorrow with the CEO of a logistics company. The other side of it is, hey, I get a client and I'm just starting out, and he's kicking around staffing up to 100 roles. The other side is, oh, wait a minute, what do? I don't want to stiff arm business. And to your point, when I post it out there, hey, does anyone want to partner on this? Because I certainly don't want to. The other side is now I have a client potentially. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. And I've got people that are interested in it. It's just a very good vibe of a bunch of people that want to learn together, and it's professional, but not stodgy and stuffy. It's great. It's been
That's
great.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
Steve, thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for those kind words. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of your success as we go further here. If there's anything else you want to add, go ahead and add it. If not, we can wrap this up.
No, I think that's it. I think that was it. I know, hopefully I wasn't too windy and put everyone to sleep out there. But I would say straight up is CRM, you can go find a hammer, you can go find a tool, and there's a bunch of them are out there. But I think it's really this value in the community of practice on leveraging experiences and learning together is really invaluable. It's fantastic. So
Awesome
anyway,
stuff. Yeah.
yep, it
Steve,
does.
thank you. Thank you so much, Steve. Have an awesome day. Thank you.
Okay. You too, Russ. Take care. Bye.